Hello, adventurer. Welcome to the Arcane Ward, a library of stories and adventures of those who came before. Here we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this tale named Ashes to Embers. An exciting narrative of danger, adventure, and humor the likes of which you have never seen before. We thank you, and we hope you enjoy.
With that, we'll go ahead and dive into tonight's episode of Ashes to Embers. Previously on Ashes to Embers, after our party, the Ashen Avengers, made their way to the city of Babylon and conversed with the heralds there. Cicero Corinth, the current monarch of the city of Babylon, began to bestow gifts upon the individuals here within the city. A gift of clemency to Captain Lazar's song. A gift of a tattoo to Virian Shelby. The church gifted Savage an amulet of ashen power and a promotion to the first battle bishop of the Church of Ash. Clayton Deadeye received the gift of resource to be able to craft his new weapon. Min received a library card to enter into the Library of Babylon. Grave received several healing potions. And with that, Grave, you do have 3 superior healing potions that you were given.
Excellent.
And Ellie was given a flute. After gifts were given and discussion was held, a brief interaction with Cicero Corinth and Ophelia Loria with your party, in which it was discussed what was transpired at the tavern in the town of Barrett with the song. Cicero gave some half-hearted excuses and provide some remedy to the situation before absconding off into the evening. The rest of you went about your merry ways, purchasing clothing for the evening. However, Min decided to journey to the library, in the which there was several things that were discovered. First of all, you discovered a little bit about Aramag and what that deity was all about. The goddess of soldiers, given charge by the Lord of Order to create a super soldier in the war of deities thousands of years ago. Min discovered that this race was the Turtles, and after the war was complete, the Lord of Order charged Aramag to secure and repress the powers of the Turtles. You also discovered a little bit about Fortooth, the goddess of fortune. Not much was known about her, but some interesting things. And additionally, the Dreamweaver. Just that nobody really knows the location of the Dreamweaver, and it is shadowed in mystery and intrigue. You also discovered the existence of evil in the world of Sinis. Something that has been buried and lost to time, written in a language called Desparian. A deity or some entity known as Despair, an entity known as Ember, and an entity known as Chaos. plotted the downfall of Sinis sometime in the distant past. Additionally, men discovered a book, a grimoire, which belonged to a person by the name of Morpheus Kern, and it was passed down through many a generation until it has found its way into men's care. After discovering all this, men rejoined the party and proceeded to have a quite enjoyable time at the ball as Ellie whisked him around the ballroom and caused quite a commotion and a stir with their dancing.
Understatement.
Additionally, Savage during this time met with the bishops, the archbishops, and Alabaster Cinder to discuss his role in the coming months and years as the new battle bishop of the Church of Ash. It was there then revealed that the cleric, the only link between all these destructions of the cathedrals, was a previous cleric by the name of Lady Sif. After not knowing too much about that, Savage joined with the rest of the group and made their way to the ball. The ball was a roaring success, in the which the party met, as the party was introduced to Richard, Clayton Deadeye's estranged father. They had his back and made quite the fool of him. Then proceeded the most epic of dance battles. And, the most epic of fights, as Lazar sang challenged Ophelia L'Oreal and Devon Toriel to a challenge to enter into the games of Babylon. After quite a thorough humbling of the Herald of Order himself, Devon Toriel, you were accepted as combatants in the final event of the Games of Babylon, the Tower of Babel, in the which it would take place in 2 days. After this battle, the party progressed as our party noticed things. Cicero Corinth had disappeared for the evening. And so, with the aid of Virian Shelby and Min the Turtle, Captain Lazar Song journeyed into the obsidian labyrinth to find Cicero Corinth. And that is where we will begin our session. However, before we jump in with our players who are deep within the bowels of the obsidian labyrinth, we will go to our friends who are above. Exiting the party, Savage de la Gwyn, Clayton Deadeye, and Grave, as they all meet together and begin to leave the party for the evening. Clayton, Savage, Grave, as you guys have finished up the evening and the events, and you know that several of your party members are currently delving deep into the obsidian labyrinth, what are you guys wanting to do for the rest of the evening? The party has kind of wound down. Most of the people are retiring to go to bed. Is there specific things that you guys are wanting to do before retiring for the evening?
Not in particular. My stuff are going to be going underway. I don't have any reason to snoop around.
All right. Grave, was there things that you wanted to do before you left for the evening?
Yeah, so after the immense group of people that were at the party, I feel like being alone, so I want to go sit on a wall or like a pillar or something. Like climb up on top of it, sit there and meditate, just watch.
All right.
Maybe till like 10 p.m. or so. I don't know what time it is now, or maybe like 12 midnight.
It's right around 7 p.m. So it's like the sun is beginning to go down, and like people are like beginning to retire for the evening and stuff. Savage, is there something specifically you were wanting to do as you are leaving this party?
I think it would be nice to just kind of wander around the city. We haven't been here in quite some time. It'd be nice to just kind of walk around, see the familiar sights, greet some people, that sort of thing.
Easy enough. So, Clayton, you are able to retire for the evening. It's the next couple of days are going to be very strenuous to you to be able to craft the weapon that you are wanting to forge. Grave, you make your way to one of the taller towers and are let up by one of the guards to make your way to the very top ramparts as you kind of sit to the edge of the cliff, your legs dangling off a drop of hundreds of feet below you, looking out at the city as the sun slowly sets and the stars begin to appear.
How peaceful
And
it is.
Savage, as you leave the party and you begin to wander around the city, you are accosted, not welcomed to the scents and sounds of the city of Babylon that you have been accustomed to, that has brought you solace and peace in your previous time here. Off in the distance, you take a deep breath and you smell the exotic plants, the small tinge of salt to the air from the hot springs. And faintly you hear the songs of children playing the games in the square that you have heard so many times before. You hear them calling out these songs. Ring around a rosy, pocket full of posy. Embers, embers, we all burn down. Savage, in a moment you hear these words echoing within your head. Those are not the lyrics. You've never heard those before. Your heartbeat quickens. Your breath catches. What is this? And you will remember the nightmares. The nightmares that you've had since you've been a child here within the city, entering into the clergy. Ember, ember, we all burn down. You hear that song. Those are not the lyrics. And you are kind of standing there in the middle of the square as you kind of see the kids that are playing Ring Around the Rosie off in the distance. And as you kind of step out of this moment and your heartbeat kind of settles back down, you hear them singing again, and it's ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Back to the normal song.
I would like to go back to my chambers now, please.
Yep, that sounds about right.
And with that, you do make your way back to your chambers. It's a sleep off that moment as the adrenaline still is beginning to pulse and run. As you, well, try to forget what had just happened. Grave, is there anything specifically you were wanting to do while you're kind of chilling at the top of the ramparts and such?
Realistically, what I'm doing is being alone, but I'm also kind of taking on like a watch guard's task, just looking at what's going on, laughing at the work that humanity puts in to enjoy the night, the funny little things that the humans are doing, but then also remembering that I'm one of them now. Just reminiscing to myself up here. So if anything funny happens or laughable, or if I see quite literally what was just happening and saw him freak out and run back to his room, I'm up there watching.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and jump back to our players who are deep within the obsidian labyrinth.
I think I just shut this part out of my memory because I didn't remember the obsidian labyrinth. I'm like, oh, I forgot where we're at. Maybe it's gonna be fine. I was wrong.
Well, guys, remember that the game is hot lava, so stay in the dark. It's cool and soft.
Okay. Can you,
I don't think that's how that works.
Can you run through this for me again? I don't remember how all this worked.
Wait, what? Oh, this is literally all you saw.
Yeah.
And the only thing Levi or Captain Lazar saying was getting is as he was looking at the map, it was saying 30, and that was it.
30.
Do I know if there's any other script in some language where 30 could be drawn in one continuous script line?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
That's a base 6, so probably not.
Okay, I would, however, along with him, 'cause he told us 30, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to count up each different type of thing that I see, each different color. Write it out, map it out, and go back into the various books that I have, including the new one I got, looking for any sort of reference to 30.
Do you have prestidigitation?
Stop moving. No, come back. What? Stop.
I absolutely do.
Because the issue is a lot of them have pokies, and it's hard to see where the pokies are. But if you can just use prestidigitation to just have a constant stream of bubbles, we
You
just see where
create
the
an
bubbles
instantaneous, harmless sensory effect. So I can just kind of see it all.
Well, if they're doing the hokey pokey, don't get turned around. It's like, are you honking at me sarcastically?
No.
Silly goose laughs like a
So,
goose.
prestidigitation doesn't say anything about touch.
I thought you could just kind of create maybe I'm thinking of a different spell.
If it's sensory, would that not include touch?
Well, no, I'm thinking there's another part. It says you make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or a surface for 1 hour. but it doesn't say anything about range. Oh, it does say range of 10 feet. But it doesn't say anything about touching, so I can just create marks that we can see on all the different objects.
Yeah, they just kind of coats the floor.
Yeah. So similar to what I did when we were in the library, where I just kind of flood the area with mana to get a lay of the land. Can I do the same thing here with prestidigitation and just put symbols on everything so that we can see the contours?
Go ahead and roll Arcana real quick for me.
I'll help you. I'm here to discuss with you.
Okay. So I get advantage to this?
Yes, I'll allow that.
So I have a +7 to Arcana. So we will roll once. Oh god. Roll twice. Good god. That's a 10 both times.
Oof.
Can we say that I didn't test the dice before I started and re-roll?
I rolled a dirty 20 for Arcana. But it's all good.
As you kind of cast prestidigitation, you do notice that it is you're able to see the outlines of different shapes and different things within the obsidian labyrinth, just like that. So you can see that there's a hill right here, there's a hill right here, there's a hill right here, like those kind of things. But as you begin to try to see the path that you might need to take through the sharp, jagged obsidian spikes, you can't really make out a path. You know that this one right here is the starting spot, and you can tell that kind of right in front of it there doesn't appear to be, but after that it kind of just disappears into the obsidian.
I just realized you have Tensor's floating disc.
I do.
I mean, you could just float across.
I don't think that's going to work because we've already done something similar to that once before, and it will bite us in the butt. I already know it. Well, yeah, when we were in the library, when the sand was coming down, he hopped on the Tensor's disc and just floated through the hallways, ignoring movement speed and whatnot.
Well, no, I still had movement speed.
Ignoring,
I wasn't
ignoring the difficult terrain. That's what I mean.
And I thought that worked.
It did.
It did. I'm just saying, knowing Caleb as a DM, he's not going to allow the same thing to happen twice.
Well, I was just going to go full Gimli, hurtle up, and have you throw me.
You're a giant tortoise.
I'm a small tortoise. I'm a solid 4'2" tall woman type of turtle. I am
It's
small.
still
You're strong.
Still probably
You can throw me?
fairly heavy. Okay,
Well,
who's doing the circle things?
that would be me.
Okay.
It works out that I'm the one with the magic doing the thing.
I mean, honestly, the only thing I'm thinking of doing is just walking along with my sword like a freaking blind person, feeling the pathway, and whenever I feel jagged spikes, I don't go that way.
An interesting layout. Is there not one over here? There isn't one over there. That's you. Are the number of different colors representative to the ones that we see, or do we not see the colors?
You're not 100. Go ahead and roll me insight.
All of us?
Yeah, everybody can go ahead and roll insight real quick.
Awesome! I have a +1 to that. This is gonna go terribly. I
got
got a 12.
I got 11.
I got another 6, but it didn't change, so I rolled again and it's still a 6. Is it showing up as another 6, or is it just
Yeah,
stuck
it
on
showed up
6?
as another 6 for me.
Okay.
All right. Min, as you kind of like look around at
So a 10.
this area, you are very well versed in arcane sigils and magics, and specifically you've recently seen like a dispel magic like rune. And as you kind of look around here, you don't see any sort of magical barrier like preventing like flying across, hovering across, or anything like that. You do like the only thing that you can see right here is like these different colored squares seem to be painted in such a way, and you can see like that they're painted in such a way, blah 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 blah.
Words English hard, man. It's okay.
Yeah, but the only thing that is relatively dangerous about this puzzle or this obstacle is that there's like it is incredibly sharp edges where the path is like not, and it's everything. That's
Okay.
the only like dangers
Virion
that
has a
come.
question, and then I have a question after him.
Yes, Virion.
I would like to do an investigation check, just a very broad investigation check to get, I guess, just a general read and feeling of what these spots are, like these tiles.
Sure, go ahead and roll an investigation.
Like if it's a mechanism or, you know, something along those lines. Oop, buddy.
Caleb,
That is going to be a 24.
Nice.
can
A
you generate
24.
full bottles?
As you kind of look at them, these colored squares don't seem to be necessarily different. In fact, as you begin to like look really, really carefully, there appears to be a square right here, and then directly back in the darkness and kind of in the obsidian, you see there's another square that is outlined, and then another square, and another square, and like it kind of disappears off as it kind of is harder to see off in the distance. But you get the sense that this entire thing seems to be on a grid of some sort.
Oh, okay, so it isn't just like one singular path of like squares and then going off to the side or whatever. It's all a grid. So like square here, square here, square here, like
Yes.
they're just everywhere. Okay.
Question: how far is it from Levi to there?
Well, fold B, grab your character, and
Yeah, no hands here, buddy.
117 feet.
Oh, is it now? Interesting. So, how far can we see through here?
You can see to the far end, there's like right on the very end, there's like a door, like a solid metal door kind of set into the obsidian. And like there's this like kind of just a little waiting area right at the very end of the puzzle.
Okay.
Is
Alright,
the
so-
door accurate, like 5 feet per square?
Who wants to go for a ride?
Yeah, it's
door?
I don't.
Captain?
A ride in what way?
Think of it like a blink.
Teleport?
I have dimension door.
Or yeah, dimension door.
That works too. That'll probably be better than my chaos warp.
But it's only for me and one other person.
That's fine. I'll let you guys be the guinea pig.
Well, it's not a guinea pig thing because if it works, I don't get to do it again. So
Oh,
I was thinking I'd take you, Talon, since he probably has spells that he can use to get himself across.
I don't want to die.
well, none of us want to die, but we got to get to the other side.
Somebody be ballsy.
I'm going to
I'll
do
go
it.
first.
It's just whether or not Talon's willing to come along with
Captain.
me, or if I'm going alone.
Captain, flip a coin for me. Since I don't have hands to do rock, paper, scissors. And I'll trust your word that it's heads or tails.
Even as head.
Okay.
That's tails.
Well, we should establish what the winning is.
Winning what?
All right, I guess the loser goes first.
I don't care. I'll just go. I'm just.
Okay.
I'm good. But Talon, are you coming with me or no?
I don't think Darian would, no.
All right. Well, I am teleporting. You said the door is right in the middle, right?
Yep.
I am going to teleport just past the door.
All right. As you do so, you appear.
I
Standing-
appear crouching stealthily.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You're able to teleport directly beyond this door. As you kind of sit there, kind of crouching and stuff, you can see, and like feel nothing happened. Min, you look around, no alarm bells are blaring. You don't see any like arcane sigils or some sort of traps being activated and stuff. It appeared to have. It looks like it worked from your arcane understanding.
Okay. Then I will use 3 charges of my
Taking you, but
staff. That puts me to 12 of 20. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, but I said it anyway. And I'm going to chaos warp myself to the front of the door because it has to be within sight.
All
and
right.
then I will knock on the door in the cadence of shave and a haircut.
All right. Captain Lazar, you hear the slight knocking from behind the door.
But no, there's nobody, like no bad guys or anything in the
Nope.
room I'm in.
You see a long hallway.
I quietly open the door for him.
Okay. All right. Easy enough. You're able to unlock it from this side. You turn the handle, you open it up, and there's Min kind of standing outside of the door waiting for you.
Hi, Captain.
I suppose you could catch up with us, or
The one time that being careful actually doesn't help me. I don't have magic, so I'm gonna have to figure out this puzzle. You guys go on without me, I guess.
We're going full Harry Potter, split the party here.
you know me.
One by one, they all fall down.
Dude, I'm serious. If we get to the end and it's gonna end up being a 1v1 situation, this is gonna suck for whoever it is. Because
I guess
not
I guess I'm doing my plan and taking my sword and using it as like a pole, kind of.
Okay. I will allow you to to be teleported with Captain Lazar saying. Like, if you want to be with the party and stuff, and because you guys did successfully just navigate the puzzle, I'm not gonna penalize you for being careful. So I would allow you guys to like say that you teleported with Levi.
All right.
Come on, Caleb.
retcon.
Oh, it's
I mean,
fine.
I don't agree, but
Well,
that's
then-
fine.
Then you can say no. As a player, you can still say no.
It's true. You can if you would like to and try to solve the puzzle.
It's not that I want to. It just doesn't feel.
It's anticlimactic.
I would like to solve the puzzle for 300.
It's not
please.
satisfying.
Talon doesn't like free handouts.
I don't.
Maybe if you bought another vowel, we could solve it. I like to solve, Alec. Fish love.
Do I?
It's up to you. I'll let you decide.
I don't like the free handouts, like Shaggy said. I'll give it a try.
All right. Go ahead and make me a raw intelligence or wisdom check. So insight or investigation is I'll say. You can pick and go ahead and roll, and I will give you one hint depending on what you get.
I'll be at 23.
Oh dang!
Nice.
Oh dang!
I have a +6 to investigation.
You are reminded to what Captain Lazar said that it has something to do with 30, and this is laid out in a grid.
Well, I can see that there are 13 red squares, 5 green, and 5 turquoise. I know that
You also get the sense that each square that you're on is
has a
about
numerical
5.
value. Oh, well, yeah. Each square is 5 feet.
Yes.
Do you just go 30, 30, 30, 30, 30? So I guess 6 squares, and then turn, and 6 squares, and turn?
Either that or...
It doesn't end up leaving you in the center, but...
Well, this one is 30 feet exactly away.
Give me 1 second. I have to reset the blah blah blah.
You gotta reset the map.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now try it.
Okay. Just a second.
Boopity boop. Boop 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 boop.
Yeah, it's saying the same thing. From this square to this square, saying that's 30 feet. I mean, that's not nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my sword out in front to try and feel for jagged rocks, but I'm going to
As
make my way
soon
over
as
here.
you try to step diagonal, you can feel that there are jagged bits right on the square directly diagonal of you.
This one is also 30, so straight ahead.
Okay. As you begin to walk, you take cautious steps forward as Min and Lazar are watching, and you are able to make it to the green square.
Oh,
I guess this one to this one is also 30?
well, there's a little mound here, but
Oh, that's right, there is. Telling you
I mean-
don't go that way, instead you go this way.
okay, I can't really see anything when you're standing in my character.
Yeah, so I think the minute you tell you don't go that way, go straight to the turquoise one, and I think...
If I can still see
I mean,
Talon, I can still teleport him to us.
This is a...
Oh, that's true.
I mean, at this point, I kind of just want to figure it out. This hill is kind of not tall whatsoever. I could probably just walk on top of it because this square is exactly 30 feet away. Do I feel
the
taking?
turquoise one.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll look at that one too. But taking my sword, do I feel any jagged rocks to my right?
There's none.
What about in front of me?
There is.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with my gut and gonna try and go for this one.
Okay. as you begin to walk, and with Min's help of casting the prestidigitation, you are able to see the mound and are able to circumvent it without having to do a dexterity check. You are able to make it to the red square.
Nice. And there aren't like any mechanisms or anything like traps.
Not that you can see.
Fair enough. So this one is 30 feet. Do I feel anything in front of me?
Nope.
Then I'm going to try and go for the one in front. Because that's
All right.
30 feet away.
You are able to make it to the square, no problem.
Turquoise to green to red.
You are currently standing in the
This one is 32 feet away. Turquoise one is 30.
Yeah,
This
I think
one right
that
here.
you go to turquoise, then go to green, then come to this red, and then I think you're good. That'd be my guess.
Going to the left here, this is the only one that's exactly 30 feet away. Do I feel
that's what I'm
anything?
saying.
Oh, okay.
As you kind of step, there is no spikes.
Okay, then I'm gonna trust the process. And head over here. I got there?
Yep.
Cool. Do I see the green one here? Because I
Yes,
can
you
see
do.
this giant mound.
You can see the green one just barely.
That one is 33 feet away. I think I might be stuck. None of them are 30 feet.
That green one isn't?
It's like 33 feet. 34, really.
Oh, that's like a way you can use measuring
Roll invest
Very-
intelligence for me, Virian.
Invest intelligence.
that one.
Intelligence.
Pretty good.
Just straight intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
Oof.
Good
10.
baby. 10.
10. You begin to kind of slightly think about distance, and sometimes climbing up and over and then down something might add distance onto something.
So not as the bird flies, but your actual distance. Stop, Virian.
That makes it longer.
Yeah, I
Shorter.
mean, not taking. Or wait.
No, the measuring distance thing takes into account elevation.
I don't think it does.
When I was doing testing, it was for me.
I will take that as a go for the green.
22.6. 22.6.
That's weird.
I'll take his hint as a go for the green. So, I mean, being cautious, I'll be feeling for any jagged rocks, but I'll try to go for the green tile.
All right, go ahead and make me a dex check as you climb up this this rock face and then down the other side. It's something that you're going to have to navigate, so be very careful. So roll dex check.
Okay. To be clear, a check, not a save.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. A 9.
DC was 10.
boy.
As you are kind of making your way up and then down the other side, you do slip and you're going to fall and you're going to hit your elbow on the side of where the spikes are, you are going to take 11 points of slashing damage, but you are able to make it to the green square.
Beautiful. All right. Okay. And this one is like 31 feet, but I'm guessing that doesn't really matter at this point. So I'm going to try and go for
You
this
are
one here.
able to make it to the very end as Captain Lazar, Song, and Min are kind of encouraging you as you have quite deftly made it through this maze of some sort, this puzzle, and you are able to make it to the very end.
And Talon gets the only level up.
So you guys are able to
This
make
is
it
why
to
we're
the
friends,
end.
Shaggy.
You guys make it to the end of the puzzle. You have reunited as a group. You are continuing to be very stealthy. Are you going to continue deeper into the labyrinth?
No, I think we just try to leave it, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've had a pretty eventful day. Kind of tired.
Of course we continue.
All right.
Wait. At the completion of this puzzle, do I hear a chime of do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do?
In your head, of course.
Dang it.
But it's so loud that everyone else kind of picks up on it.
Wait, hold up.
Beautiful.
Hold up.
Soundboard.
No. Prestidigitation allows me to make small sparks and cracking noises. I want to do the sound with prestidigitation.
A very quiet sound. It's just loud enough that you guys can hear it.
Just loud enough to where we don't get copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Or caught as you're stealthing through the obsidian
I'm more
labyrinth.
worried about the giant colossal things that we managed to sneak past on the previous level.
People turn around and like, what was that noise? Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I did just knock on the door in the cadence of shaving a haircut, so I mean, if they heard anything, they were going to hear that.
All right.
All right.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, sorry
And-
for being the only one to do this normally.
No, that's fine. You solved the puzzle, so if you guys have to make a quick getaway, that might be the difference.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys enter into the door, and you begin down the pathway, do you guys close the door behind you, or are you going to leave it ajar? Or leave it open?
Let's put a rock in the door jam.
To keep the props.
You guys get the sense, like, if someone noticed that the door was ajar, they would sound an alarm.
Okay, how about this? Does this use a standard...
Big tip, Caleb.
What sort of locking mechanism does this door use?
Just so you do see that it's just a regular lock and key, but there's also arcane runes around the edge that if they were activated, they would seal the door to the wall.
Well, dang. At the same time, they're like, how many people are coming down here?
Quite the gamble, though.
Let's see.
Yeah, I would roll a luck check depending on.
Here's
what
the thing.
happens.
We don't know how many people have access to this, and two, we don't know how many secret passageways come through here. We're only seeing the one. I mean, there could be... It's gonna be a giant labyrinth. So, personally, I would think that it's just best to close the door behind us.
Okay, how about this? I'm going to cast Arcane Eye on the puzzle side of the door.
All right.
It is invisible. So I'm going to put it up high in the corner. It's going to look towards the entrance, and it's going to stay there while we venture further, and I'm just going to keep it kind of like minimized window on the top left hand of my display. Sort of.
Okay, I like that. I'll allow that.
Okay.
So is the door being closed or
closed.
putting it ajar?
I say we close it since we have the hidden camera.
I also vote closed.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to keep it open to be able to see out. I was keeping it open for a quick getaway, but...
I mean, so long as the door is even slightly ajar, I can get us through it with the vortex warp. Or if there's a keyhole, I can get us through it with vortex warp. So, how many times can you use your dimension door?
Just the once.
Okay, well, it's a good thing I have the Rod of Absorption because I might need to use that later. But I have enough stuff to get us through. We'll be fine. Okay.
You guys close the door behind you. There's a soft click as the lock re-engages, but you notice that it's pretty. You probably can just unlock it from this side, and you begin to continue down the path. Now, at this moment, I'm going to ask Yuli, Nick, and Shaggy to please hop off the Discord.
Danger! This won't stop the recording.
For the next 30 minutes or so, this is going to be secret for Min, Virian, and Captain Lazar Song, who are the only ones here. I will message in the Discord when everybody else is good to hop back on, okay?
I could just sit back here, with my hands out, meditating. You wave at me.
That'll work, but I'll need you to hop off.
I'll get off the Discord, bro.
So you guys cannot hear me.
Okay.
Hey, make us a new Discord channel. Or
my tavern tail is being wonky.
Bye, guys.
Oh,
this
fine.
won't stop the recording when people leave, will it?
I love
I
you.
think 3 people.
I hope you find your dad.
Have fun, folks. Deuces.
We're
For a
gonna die.
moment. Where is my disconnect? There it is.
Oh, it was bound to happen eventually.
All right. Now,
I also know that you went really easy on me with this puzzle. I know you had something else tucked up your sleeve.
no, that is the exact puzzle that I was having set up. You'll see shortly why it was the way it was.
I was trying to come up with mathematic equations to try and solve this.
Dude, I honestly thought it was just going to be you walk straight through it, there's nothing actually there, and that we just wasted our resources to get to the other side. That was my worry, so I had to do some fast math with how many charges I had and how many spell slots I have.
All right.
Not much math I can do
as
with
you
my
guys
health,
begin to travel down this last black corridor in the obsidian labyrinth, everyone go ahead and make me some perception checks real quick.
I'm terrible. Where's my perception?
Perception. So 1. Could I just use my? No, fine. I'll roll for it. I won't be happy about it, but I'll roll for it.
I got a 14.
That was what I was worried about. Can I just take my passive perception?
What's your
Only
passive perception?
11.
Okay.
It's still better
All
than
right.
my 7.
Levi, what'd you get?
19.
Hey,
All
thankfully
right.
somebody did something.
All right.
All right.
As you guys begin down this hallway, Captain, you are the only one that kind of picks up on it. You hear the faint sound of voices coming from the room up ahead. A conversation being held. The first voice, as you kind of begin to listen and stuff, you immediately recognize as Cicero Corinth. But then you hear the other voice. It's a voice that you have heard recently. The gruff voice kind of turns and you hear him say, "Now, Cicero, I don't mean to be distrustful."
I'm gonna pull out just some papyrus real quick, and I'm gonna start jotting down, just kind of like shorthand, a transcript of the conversation happening here.
Okay. Now, Cicero, I don't mean to be distrustful of your competence, but you do still have that locate object spell up, correct? And you hear Cicero. Yes, Richard. The sapphire I gave the Blood Hunter is still being tracked. It should be arriving here shortly, though I suspect that they will be quite stealthy. And that is all you hear.
Well, hold up my hand, and I'm gonna kind of just show the transcript that I wrote to them, so as to be more stealthy and don't have to speak.
Can I make a quick Arcana check and see if I were to put that sapphire in the bag of Butler, if they would still be able to track it?
Go ahead and roll Arcana for me real quick.
Do some magic geo-spoofing.
Yeah, something along the lines of that. That will be a 18.
You get the sense that if you put it in the bag of Butler, it would be transporting it to a demi-plane, and locate object only works on the same plane.
I do that.
As soon as you put the sapphire into the bag and you close it, you hear the voices up ahead kind of begin to talk kind of frantically. Richard, hurry. They did something. The sapphire is gone. I can't even locate it anymore. It seemed...
Is there a door to this room that they're in?
You are continuing down the hallway. There is not a door. It kind of opens up into this big kind of cathedral-like room, and you hear the voice coming from the room.
And we still have Pass Without a Trace active,
You
right?
do.
Because
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Before we do that, I would like to use an action with my Robe of Stars to astral project, and kind of peek into the room to see if I can see anybody else in there, or at least to see who else is in there.
I don't think that would work for astral projection, because you are transported to the astral plane, not the
ethereal.
Yeah, the ethereal plane. So
right,
the astral
but if
plane
there's if there's anything extra-worldly in the other room, relating to
for sure.
any of the particular deity that should not be here, was the main objective.
He sees a giant Valor.
You kind of gaze into the astral plane, and you don't see deities or monsters or something like that, but you see the area up in front of you is glowing with some sort of immense power, like high concentrations of magical energy that it is so condensed and concentrated up ahead that it is piercing through several different realities.
ATM.
Bad juju.
I'm getting the vibe of very giant ashen stone.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back into my body and just kind of stare at everybody with a very, like, kind of turtle my neck into my shell and just kind of slowly nod. Like, bad juju, what the heck?
I'd just like to remain hidden for the time being.
Sneaking into the room once I get there.
Okay. As you guys arrive to the very end of the corridor, you peer in, And the very first thing that you notice is that surrounding the entire circumference of this room are massive ashen stones. Each one, as you look at it, is probably worth 100,000 gold pieces worth.
Oh, jeez.
Where are we
hoping
coming
they'll
in from?
fit in
Over
the
here?
bag of Butler.
Right here.
I think Butler would be willing to make an exception, saying, hey, that's a lot of money that I can pay off my debt. I'll let it slide.
All right, as you guys enter into the kind of like the room and stuff, I'm going to need one more stealth check, and you do still have pass without a trace.
Which just means advantage.
No, you get a +10.
Yeah, you get a +10. I have advantage though because I have boots of elven kind.
Oof. Oh no! Oh no, Min!
Oof.
I got a 39.
I
You
got
want
a
to
20.
you want to know what my modifier is to stealth?
I got a 26.
0.
Well, right now it's 10.
Min just got a 13.
I got a 26. He got a 30
I got a
something.
39.
All right, as you two enter into the cavern, that is the first thing that you do see. One second, I have to pull up people real quick. We got...
This is not gonna be good.
Probably not, no. We split the party and now we're fighting a BBEG.
Yeah, we kind of made one because we kind of pissed him off by humiliating him. And you and I are the ones that humiliated him.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
It's too
What could
bad
possibly go
that...
wrong?
Wait, Shaggy's here? Oh my gosh.
All right.
Next time I see him, I'm going to be like, yeah, I killed your dad.
Okay.
I don't think killing him is gonna be the right play.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
Captain and Virian, easily enough, you are able to slip into the room and begin to make your way around the very edge. However, Min, as you are entering, and your compatriots are being very stealthy, and it masks a great deal of what is going on. But there's a brief moment where you kind of scuff, and both Cicero and Richard turn and look up. They don't see you, because you are able to kind of make it to one of these ashen stones and hide behind it. But you hear Cicero kind of call out, "Have our guests arrived?" Hello?
Want to take a sneak attack? Is that cool?
Wait. Try to cut the chain so this falls on them.
How is he gonna cut the chains? They're freaking massive chains.
This is an anime moment, okay? Rule of cool. Dislodge it. So
Am I
it
good to
falls.
take a sneak attack?
Sure, if you would like to.
I'm gonna drop down and absorb as much ashen stone as I can, and then jump at them.
All right. As you begin to fall, go ahead and roll me initiative real quick.
Everybody?
Nope, just Captain.
Oh,
19.
What?
19.
19? Okay. Virian and Min, as you watch as Captain Lazar makes his way up and over here, jumps down and is beginning to come over to the ashen stone to absorb it, you watch as Cicero flies back both of his robes, and you see across his chest is a series of 10 ashen stones. You watch as 2 of them shatter as he holds his hand up. Captain Lazar, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Do I not get a turn? Surprise round? Did he get a turn? Because he didn't know I was there.
He used one of his ashen stones in a specific way.
All right.
Does he have the alert feat? Because that would work too. Because he can't be surprised in that way.
Nope.
You feel your muscles seize up as you impact the ashen stone, kind of tumble off, and you are on the ground, paralyzed. Now, Captain Lazar, trying to steal one of these ashen stones from the good people of Babylon? And wanting to attack me and my good friend Richard here? I'm very disappointed in you. Min, Virian, if you would like to come out of hiding, we can potentially have a brief discussion. I would hate for things to turn violent, and Lazar, if you promise to behave, I will release you.
I'm here at the moment. Please leave a message after the beep.
I mean, it is up to you, but I mean, I would like to discuss things with you. If you just give me a brief moment to discuss what is going on here and potentially my plans, I think we could come to an accommodation. Please, gentlemen. And he's going to allow you to speak, Lazar.
I'm not gonna say anything.
All right. Silent treatment. What about you, Blood Hunter? You seem like a... And he's just calling it out to the room. You seem like a very... Well...
I get this
reasonable fellow.
Do I get the sense that these ashen stones could be used by me right now? And if so, what exactly would they do?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me real quick.
Oh, motherfucking! I'll let you decide, but real quick. I have advantage on rolls that has anything to do with fae, fiends, or undead. Does that technically have anything?
Yeah, I'll allow you to make another one, another roll. It is barely
something interesting
like,
here.
fae. It's vaguely akin to something like that. Yeah.
Well, it's a lot better than a baseline of 3, but I rolled a 14 this time.
14?
Yeah.
These ashen stones are currently activated. So they are floating and their energy is being siphoned somewhere. You don't know where, but you get the sense that if you consume these ashen stones, the first thing that would happen is it would alert all iron golems within the city of Babylon to your presence, and they would come to try to murder you. If you remember that from Ophelia L'Oreal, giving that kind of like that tidbit. Additionally, whatever these ashen stones are powering might not be a good thing to get rid of. You're not 100% sure, though.
So then, what does this necessarily look like? Does this look like it's all being siphoned into this, or to Cicero?
As you look at the very center, you can see that this is some sort of construction site. There's an apparatus kind of standing up out of it, but you also see that something is being built around this area. If you guys, everybody can go ahead and make me an insight or investigation or Arcana check real quick for me.
Okay, dude, these freaking guys are trying to kill me.
I haven't rolled above an 11, and I've done that once. Everything else has been 6 or lower, so...
I got a nat 20 this time, so
I
that's
got a
nice.
dirty 20.
I got an 11.
Okay,
I got a 24.
Captain, as you are laying there, kind of like your muscles are seized up, you're paralyzed at this moment in time. You look around at these ashen stones, and you think back at the kind of like the history of some of the previous sky cities. This is more than enough ashen stones to raise a city to the sky. In fact, this is probably like they probably have over 500,000 gold pieces worth of ashen stones above what they need to raise the city to the sky. And for some reason, Cicero still hasn't done it. Like, you can see that all these apparatuses funneling in to something. You get the sense that these ashen stones are linked to, if Cicero decides right now, they could lift the city into the sky. Yes, Vera.
If I have to come out, then I have a hell of an intimidation tactic that would probably scare even Cicero himself. I'm going to sheath my sword, but
Right.
I'm going to have the first few buttons of my shirt undone. So the locket that's around my neck with the dragon scale inside of it, that for all intents and purposes I've already attuned to, will be glowing a bright crimson red. So at a moment's, at a snap of the finger, I could turn into an ancient dragon and destroy this pedestal, thwarting his plan.
Wait, when did you attune to that?
The bluff.
Well, technically, it doesn't require attunement. I'm just saying, for a lack of a better term.
He is ready to consume it. He could, as a bonus action, pop it out and place it on his
card.
card.
Already, activated the power.
No, I've not put it on my collarbone, but I have, quite purposefully put it in that locket. So if it ever comes down to it, as a last resort, I can turn into that dragon and, mess crap up.
All
but
right.
I'm going to casually walk out, and if I can, have it an apple, and I'll just be eating it too.
Okay. Easily, casually enough. And Cicero's going to call out, "There we go. Here's a reasonable fellow." Min, with a dirty 20, as you kind of begin to look around the room, you get the sense of the same thing that Lazar was seeing with those kind of things. But the other thing that you noticed is on the floor here by the construction site, you see schematics. Some sort of blueprints kind of scattered on the ground, and as you kind of look over on it, you can see some sort of intricate information on this, and as you look at it, you see the information, incomplete blueprints of some sort of heavy artillery. A massive magical cannon specifically designed for artillery and armor piercing and magic negating is currently being constructed at the very center of this chamber. And you see that the blueprints are currently unfinished. There are holes and bits and pieces missing, and scrawled and scribbles. You can see Cicero's handwriting, and even below that you can see Richard's handwriting of them trying to figure out these problems and these workings and how best to be able to complete this, and they are not able to, with their limited knowledge, finish crafting this weapon.
Does anything that I see remind me of the book that I took from the library? Not the modified Ashen Concordant, but the other one. The super special one.
Which one? The grimoire?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Yes, Virion.
Do I have a use of the sending stone?
You already used it for today, technically.
Yeah, when I got off the ship. Has it not been a full day yet?
It has not been a full 24 hours.
Okay. I was gonna try and slide a hand, activate it, basically record him in his evil moment, so the Blood Hunters know that he is a bad guy.
So he's gonna turn to the rest of you and come, let us discuss. There's many things that we must go over, as you have quite soundly been arrived in this moment, and has followed my plan to a very T. Now, Captain, and he's going to turn to you, if I release you from your paralysis, are you going to try to kill me? Yes or no?
As long as you don't do anything stupid.
I wasn't planning on doing anything stupid. Are you planning on doing anything stupid?
Every day.
Not supremely.
All right. And so he's going to snap his fingers, and you watch as some of the magical energy that had gone into you rushes back to Cicero, and you see one of his crystals reforms on his chest.
He had used 2, and now only 1 was restored.
Yeah. And you look on it, so now he has 8 technically. All right. Well, now that we all are all here and stuff, yes, you've made it through the obsidian labyrinth. You can see that I have quite a lot of ashen stones, and that I have plenty and probably more than enough to raise to the city, to the sky. And I'm sure you have questions. So yes, questions, comments, concerns. Feel free. You can ask whatever you would like. This will not matter in half an hour or so anyway.
I have no questions. Really, I don't really give a shit about any of this.
Oh, then why are you here, Blood Hunter?
Well, we just noticed that you were missing. We thought it was a bit peculiar. But we knew that you were lying about that song. You were already on our radar. I do have to say, this doesn't really help get you off of it.
No, that's fair. That's understandable. Yes, all things considered, yes, I did rewrite the lyrics to try to convince people to come to Babylon to be able to acquire their Ashen Stone so I can fund my project, of course. 100%.
But I do have to ask, why raise Babylon?
I raise Babylon? That is a good question. And he watches as he kind of steps forward and he looks at you all. For justice, of course.
Is
The
it an
rest of the
injustice to be
sky.
on here, or where is the injustice that you are fixing?
The injustice? Do you not see what the Sky Cities have done to the surface? Each. Have you not seen? How long have you all lived?
How long have we been alive?
Yes. Do you not remember the world before the sky cities rose to the air? The bountiful nourishment that came from the cities? The trade? The amazing magical discoveries that was coming from these cities? And then one man decided to be selfish and hoard it all for themselves. And they ripped their own city out of the ground to leave us all behind to
What
perish.
man was that? You
Take
said
your
one.
pick. It was the elf, the original elf, to raise Elysium to the sky. Then the rest followed suit. Tell me, you haven't noticed? Around the continent of Sinus now, farmers are struggling for food. Their crops are not able to grow as well as they once did before. People are starving because of what the Sky Cities did. Why do I want to raise Babylon to the sky? So I can level the rest. I will sink every sky city that is currently orbiting this planet. I will destroy their foundations and send them crashing back into the earth. What am I doing? I'm enacting the justice for the surface that should have been done centuries ago.
Okay, but like, there's probably a way to do this with less casualties, no?
Casualties? Every single person on those sky cities deserves to die. And I've seen it. I've seen it all before me. Thousands of plans laid bare before my eyes.
Okay, I think you've got the villain blinders on. You're not seeing the whole picture here. Let me go over a little bit of physics with you. When you have two things that crash, damage happens to both. So when the city falls to the earth, that hurts the city and the earth. You follow?
Right.
But that's the thing. If we're all on the city of Babylon, it will no longer matter. The surface can be left to decay. And whoever doesn't want to join this magnificent city as it is raised to the sky, well, they deserve to die.
I think you've been reading too many storybooks, mate.
To fit everyone in this city. Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying you don't have a point, but there are finite resources. You destroy the entire planet. Okay, fine, good for you. Chip, here you go. But it will just be Babylon left, which is, of course, your goal. Where are you going to get enough resources to regrow the world and start over?
Don't you see? That's the best part. As soon as the sky cities crash into the earth, all their ashen stones will be liberated back to the surface. They will begin again to bring magic to the world, and I will bring Babylon back to the surface.
So I have to ask, what's your role in all this with the Revenants and the Balor and essentially every single thing that we've been hunting for, well, for me, the past decade? What's your role in this?
Well, I do not know what you are
Right.
talking
Just
about, but the voices. Oh, the voices. They say
certifiably
coming.
insane. And tell me, what are the voices saying?
the ember of desolation comes, the sky will burn, and you will be slain by the thing you fear most.
And what would that be?
Sucks.
And you watch as his, like, he kind of Cicero kind of, like, his head kind of nods for a second, he pops back up. Oh, sorry. What were we talking about? We were talking about the city of Babylon, and yes, there will be, like, when the sky cities kind of crash down, and we'll be able to bring magic again to the surface. Doesn't that sound lovely?
Cicero, take this in the best way that you can. You need help, mate. You're not in your right head.
You know, several people have told me that, but let's say I've been able to change their minds, and he shoots you guys a wink.
Wow,
In fact,
it's a fun way to say something that's totally normal.
Do I get the sense that he's noticed the locket around my neck?
He does. At this moment in time, he does.
He'll
Oh,
check your
Virion,
phone
what
or
is
Discord, please.
that you have there?
Call it a contingency plan.
Ah! You mean something like this? And he's going to reach up to his collar, and he's going to pull down his shirt, and you see on his collarbone is a gold scale.
Oh, wow. Well, that certainly does answer a few questions.
Yes, many questions.
Okay, well, I do have more questions.
Yeah. Yes, Captain. What is your question?
First, I just want to know what does that do for you? In fact, we were wondering.
Oh,
I mean, we know some things, but the itty bitty details, you know.
Well, yeah, 100%. We're just all friends and chummy all right now. We can have this kind of discussion. So this is my birthright as the son of Lord Corinth, the leader of the dragons. I am something called an ancient spawn. I am the son of the Lord and Lady Corinth. I was born as a human and have a birthright of an ancient dragon. So that's where the scales came from. If you kill someone who is an ancient spawn, you get their scale. If I technically do have slight access to this, I'm like immune to fire damage, kind of. Only sometimes. And
so let me ask.
Yes.
Let me ask you this then. A reanimated corpse told us that if we used them, a gold dragon would come kill us.
Yes, many dragons have tried to come and kill me. They stop after a while, after you murder their entire families, you know.
Right. So you've already taken care of that tidbit then.
At least some of them. They stop wanting to send, like, a few adult dragons once you take on a few.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Caleb, I sent you something in Discord and text.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that certainly makes things a little bit better for us as I look at Lazar and Min, kind of shooting you a glance of, you still have your scales, correct?
I give the most subtlest nod ever. But I do give a nod.
3 against 1. But I look at Richard.
There's no need for this. Actually, no, he wouldn't notice that. Never mind. So he continues to kind of monologue. Now, we've kind of reached the point in the conversation. What?
And I look at I said I completely cut him off, and I look at Richard. I'm like, what's your role in this?
Richard kind of makes eye contact with you, turns to look up at Cicero. Well, you see Richard here. I thought I could use him and his knowledge to be able to create this weapon, but... Well...
He's an idiot.
You see, there's a reason why you all have been invited here to Babylon. specifically a member of your party.
You're right. You want the gunslinger.
Yes. The final piece to a puzzle. Finishing the equation and potentially crafting my weapon that I can use to sink the other sky cities.
When are you enacting this plan exactly?
Oh, now! Because here's the thing. The gunslinger will never be able to trust me. However, if his father is able to somehow turn in Cicero Corinth as a mad leader and somehow is able to abscond with all this information about how I've been hoarding all these ashen stones and I have these evil plans, I think the father of the young man might be able to, well, at least convince him to help with the creation of my designs. And, well, with you three corroborating this story, I think will be very beneficial.
Interesting. Okay, so what's the plan as of now? How do we proceed? I'm sorry. Do you have other questions? I don't want to cut you off. If you had other questions.
I think this is a bulletproof plan. Really, I mean, just absolute maniac. Shoots down all the sky cities, levels the entire planet, raises it all to hell. Not even aware of all the other forces at work here, while they come and pick him off, and we're left to clean up the scraps. Brilliant plan, Cicero. You really have done yourself.
100%. Thank you. I think that
I'm being completely sarcastic, by the way, in case you couldn't pick up on that.
Min, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check real quick.
Do I notice what he's doing?
Depending on his sleight of hand.
Oh, this is a straight roll, so...
Because if I do, can I somehow help him? If I do notice him, can I somehow help him?
I feel like there should be an emphasis roll.
Yeah, this is an emphasis roll.
Oh, good. And that's going to make this even worse. The only way to do this is to get a 19 or a 20 here.
You could do it. I believe in you.
Nope.
Otherwise, I'm turning into a dragon.
I have legit rolled only 2 things above an 8 all game.
Yeah, the dice today are...
your first roll came up as a 13.
What?
Very temperamental. 7.
Yeah, I have a 13, a 2, and an 8, so I'm going to take the 13. That's further away.
The 13 was the other thing. Was our...
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
13 was the investigation. That's what got me my dirty 20 for the Arcana perception investigation thing.
Yeah, the majority of my rolls.
So it's just the 8 and 2.
Okay, as you kind of Min, you guys very blatantly notice this. Min begins to stoop down to the schematics and the blueprints, and he pulls out a pencil, a piece of charcoal, and he begins to change a minus sign to a plus sign. And Cicero calls out, "Wait, Turtle, what are you doing?"
Oh, I'm sorry. I was fixing your math. You did it wrong.
We already know we did it wrong. That's what Clayton is here to help with. He's gonna fix our math.
I thought you wanted our help to fix the thing. You wanted
No, not you. Clayton. You see, he is currently in the process of crafting a weapon that, as soon as we know how the process is of crafting it, we'll be able to help us finish our plans.
How do you not know the process of your own weapon? I know the process. I can't figure out how to finish it. I'm fixing the math. You did it wrong, and I'm fixing it.
He's been clear. He does not want you to fix the math. Erase it. If you don't have an eraser, you'll just have to use fire. Just burn the little changes you made.
You all are impossible.
I already fixed it, though.
Tell me, Cicero, are these your only copies?
No, of course not.
Right.
And they're
It was a legitimately
slightly
honest
worthless
question,
anyway.
What?
We've already told you that those blueprints don't work. Like your friend.
But now they will. I fixed it. I told you.
I don't necessarily believe you. I'm going to try to leave it to the
Then
to
look
the
at
expert.
it yourself.
So, this is what the plan is. All right? You all can either agree and sign a contract to corroborate Richard's story, and we can do it that way. Or you can choose to be compelled. It is completely up to you.
Compelled.
I'm already trying to help you.
And what exactly do you mean by compelled, Cicero?
Well, you see, if someone were to potentially modify someone's memory of the past, let's say, hour or so, and you all came in, found that I was planning to conspire with other sky cities to murder the populace of Babylon, and Richard here was to stop me, acquire some paperwork to help prove that I am at fault, and the rest of you were able to help Richard escape and corroborate this story that Cicero is mad and that Richard is a good person and is wanting to help his son and be there for him again. I think that would go a long way.
So, in short, you want us to sign a contract agreeing that you're a crazy man and Richard found you and turned you in, but simultaneously you'll get a gunslinger to help you with your weapon.
Yeah. Yes.
Captain, what do you think?
I don't think I need to sign the contract or have him do his whatever thing is majigger there. We can just go and talk with people the way we naturally do, you know?
So, you're on board with his plan, but you just don't think you need to sign a contract to do it?
I will just go about my business as normal.
Now,
Well,
you
I
see,
guess that's a-
Lazar, I can't let you leave this cavern without either signing a contract swearing your secrecy or modifying your memory. So, I don't get the sense that you all are being very cooperative. So, I guess we're going to have to potentially compel you. And with that, everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Well, if we're going that route, I will say I've had it prepared. I'm going to turn into the dragon.
My rolls have been terrible all evening. That five hurts.
If we're going this route, Levi, what are your thoughts on that? Mother freaking! I don't want to roll in Tavern Tales anymore. Every single roll has been a 7, 6, or a 5.
I mean, that's
Alright.
still better than what I've been rolling.
Okay,
Another
above
7.
a 20. Nobody above a 20?
Nope.
Not here.
Okay, 20 to 25.
That's also about
That's still above 20.
Sorry, 20
That's
to
above 20.
15. 20 to 15? Okay. 15 to 10.
13.
13. 10 to 5.
I got a 9.
I got a 5.
And Min, what'd you get?
5.
I rolled a natural 1 and still got better than both of you.
All right. Virian, you were wanting to put the scale on. Is that correct?
Well, if the captain and wizard think that it's going to benefit us,
I don't think you have time to get our opinion if you're gonna do it.
You, man. This is no holds bar fight. This is do what we can to make it out.
To be fair, you have seen me prepare this, and after the exchange look and everything else, Lazar knows exactly what he was preparing to do. So, if you think your character would be on board with this, then
yeah, I didn't make any move to stop you.
Yeah, I'm not stopping you. Like I said, I don't know that you wouldn't have a perfect clear insight as to my opinions on the matter. Oh.
Fair enough. Well then, I guess, yeah, I am turning into a dragon.
Okay. You, in the moment that Cicero calls out, "I'm going to have to compel you," you reach up, you crack the locket open, you grab the scale in between your fingers, and you go to place it on your collarbone. And you watch as 3 of the ashen stones on Cicero's chest shatter. And you watch as your go ahead and make me make me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Can I use one of my ashen stones to help me right now?
Do you have an ashen stone?
I have one.
Are you sure you haven't used that? I'm pretty sure you did.
I think I'm the only one who's used ashen stones.
I haven't used a single ashen. I haven't used a single ashen stone this entire campaign. This would be my first.
I would allow it.
Cool. So with that, what am I doing?
So you reach in, and as you watch as the 3 ashen stones explode across the Cicero's chest, and he reaches out and he's like shaking his head like a disappointed father, you also feel the ashen stone in your pocket. You slam your hand to the side. It explodes, sending fiery energy into your body. You're able to get the blah blah blah, the scale up to your collarbone. You feel it fuse to your collarbone. Go ahead and make me another Constitution saving throw for this effect of putting on the scale.
I swear this better be good. I've been rolling like absolute crap. In fact, before I even roll this, would you be open to me using D&D Beyond?
If you do it in the open chat so I can see it.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure everything is in the open chat.
I have mine open, so I can see it as well.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Con save.
Yep.
Oh, motherfucker. That's a 6.
You guys watch as he puts the scale on his collarbone. You watch his eyes flash red. You watch as his body begins to transform into a dragon. Limbs begin to elongate. His mouth begins to elongate, and about halfway through the transformation, you watch as he begins to sway, and boom, you fall to the side, and you are unconscious. You drop to 0 hit points, and you revert back into a normal human form, but you currently have the scale on you. You get the following benefits. You are immune to fire damage. You have advantage on all strength checks, and you now have a breath weapon of 4d6 that you can use once a day. But you were not able to fully, handle the immense power that it granted you, and you pass out.
Do I need to do a con save every time I try to transform?
Nope, it was just for the original one.
Dude,
and the DC was 10, my dude. I'm super sorry.
Yeah, because I rolled a base 12 in game.
And then you decided to roll on D&D Beyond.
Literally every single roll in game, I've been getting like 7 6s and 5s.
Same here, bro. I feel your pain.
Whatever.
All too well.
But he's not able to take the scale off of me, right?
He, for the moment, no, he is not. From your own knowledge and stuff.
Unless he kills me, because he kind of did monologue about that a little bit.
All right, Viren, that is going to end your held reaction, your surprise, and is going to pop up to the top of the round. It is Cicero's turn, and you watch as he's going to turn to Captain Lazar and Min, and I need you both to go ahead and make bloop-a-doo. Right, where is...
Yep. I rolled a 2 just now in game. It's back to 8.
Badoo.
2.
Oh, JK, there is no saving throw for this.
Oh, so we're just screwed.
Wait a minute, what?
Captain Lazar and Min, what are your current hit points at?
48.
Okay. This is going to be 2, 4. All right. And Min, how many hit points do you have?
17.
17?
Yep. We haven't taken any sort of rests in a while. I've used my abilities to heal other people, which siphons my own life. So it's been great.
All right. Min, as you are standing there, you watch as Cicero crosses his arms out in front of you, and you watch as this purple smoke begins to push out, and as it begins to go out at the point centered around you guys, as you breathe in, you feel your consciousness begin to waver as you are put to sleep.
With my last breath, I choose to say, but the math wasn't done yet.
All right. Min, because I want to be fair, and I allowed Virian to use like a held action. Before you fall unconscious, is there something that you would like to do?
No, I was working out his math,
All right.
seeing how close he actually was.
As the rest of the smoke begins to swirl around you, Captain, you breathe it in, but you are able to stay standing. I rolled a total of, I think it was 58, so I was a couple off from being able to get you two for the sleep spell. That is going to end Cicero's turn. Captain, it is your turn. As you see that Virian and Min are currently on the ground, unconscious, sleeping.
Just
Revive me.
sizing them up, I get the sense that it would be very foolish to engage in combat. Is that correct?
You might have had a chance if it was 3-on-1. 3-on-2 would have been a very difficult battle, but now it's 1-on-2, and it is very unlikely for survival. If you decided to jump into combat.
You can always destroy the podium next to you.
What is this podium?
That's the
That
schematic.
controls.
Yeah, it's not even. It is like the beginning of a building of like a giant heavy artillery for a weapon.
Gotcha.
That I may or may not have altered some math on.
All right.
At least not stealthily.
And I'll let you tell me what my character would kind of get from this, because if I feel like they would not do any harm at all to them, I have to be very sure about that, I'll run. If I think there's a chance that he could harm them, I am not running and I'm fighting.
From what you understand, that Cicero has kind of given, his plan is to modify your guys' memory to corroborate the story that Richard is a good person, to try to get Clayton to tell Richard how to build the weapon.
Gotcha.
So he needs them alive to help corroborate the story.
I have a quick sidebar question. Whatever happened with my arcane eye back at the other door?
As you kind of while you were watching it, nothing really happened. Nobody kind of came through the door and stuff. The one thing that you did notice,
it does last for an hour though. And
okay.
It's not concentration.
I'm going to say that you are unconscious, so you wouldn't be able to necessarily see or tell anybody what you see. You could dream it. You would have a dream of what's happening.
But the eye does still see it.
But who would be able to see?
If I'm unconscious, I mean, it could be a hazy, not real memory.
Sure. In your dream, as you were looking down on the eye, you see, as soon as you fall asleep, you're kind of floating above that entrance, and you watch as the door that you guys entered begins to glow with arcane runes as it seals itself against the walls.
Okay.
I'm
Captain
running.
Lazar, what are you
105
doing?
feet.
You're running?
Yeah, 105 feet.
Okay, you make it out of the room as Cicero is calling out to you. Oh, Captain Lazar, you can run, but you can't hide.
Well, he still has Pass Without a Trace on him, so, I mean, he could probably hide.
That's fair.
I mean, if anybody can, he can.
Lazar, you make it out of the room, down the hallway to the door. And you watch as the door is now... It doesn't have a handle.
How far was the door?
What?
How much movement did it take to get to the door?
About 95.
Okay.
With me wearing the bag of butler and me being good friends with the butler, would he sense that I'm unconscious right now?
No, because he wouldn't be able to determine it from you being asleep versus being unconscious.
Drat. I wanted him to give me a little pick-me-up.
All right. Virian and Min are currently asleep. Back up to the top of the round. You hear Cicero kind of call out. Now, Captain, we can come to an accord. There's no need for violence or running. And you could potentially still thwart me. I just am going to modify your memory. And, well, I can't see a way around that. But, you know, come back here. I don't want to try to chase you down. Captain Lazar, it is now your turn.
I will look through the keyhole and cast Misty Step.
There is no keyhole.
We asked before we closed. We said unless there's a keyhole we can see through, and you said there is.
That's true. And then I said when you ran up to the door, the keyhole and doorknob were gone.
Gotcha.
Look into my mind, Captain.
As you are kind of standing there,
so there's like no. It's just a solid wall at this point.
Yeah, it seems as if the arcane ruins has now fused this to like the door to the wall to just be a full barricade. You get the sense that this is a very ornately constructed trap.
Malone.
All right. Well, I will climb up onto the ceiling and hide.
All right.
I'm gonna roll stealth for that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth for me.
All right. Pass without trace is still going on, right?
Yes, it is.
And that is a 39.
All right.
And now I'm going to shoot a crossbow.
Very stealthy. Again, Cicero's going to kind of call out, Captain, this cannot go on for the evening. People will wonder where you are. We must kind of bring this to conclusion. And at this point in time, as you're kind of up there, he is going to then walk over.
Did he do anything to like stop me or?
From hiding?
No, when I shot him with a crossbow.
Oh, you shot him with a crossbow?
Yeah, I said, then I shoot him with a crossbow. And you're like, okay, he is going to again. I was like, oh, is he doing some interrupting thing?
Oh, sorry, I did not hear that you said you were going to shoot him with a crossbow. Go ahead and roll a hit.
That's a natural 17, so I'm guessing it's going to hit. Let me see what my bonus is. Crossbow is in starting equipment, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not seeing it in my inventory. I might not have...
It's a D8.
They're asking if they're going to end up coming back or not.
Ah, yes.
Because one of them has to go in 10 minutes.
8:51. We are very, very close.
But it's a 25 then.
25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Be 27 damage.
All right. Okay. He's gonna take it in the shoulder. Lazar, go ahead and roll me a history check real quick.
By no, I mean that was a 7.
Okay, with a 7. You're not. There was 2 things that I'm going to jog your memory about in this very kind of dire situation. The one thing that you are able to remember is the sapphire. The sapphire does not require attunement, and it is a sending spell once a day for each person who uses it.
It's in the bag though, and I can't access the bag.
That is true. That is fair. Varian, did you tell Captain Lazar the password?
No.
I can't remember, in all honesty. I mean, if he never wrote or signed that contract, then probably not.
All right. Captain, in this scenario, as you're sitting there and thinking about it, kind of in a dire thing, you hear a voice in your head. Now, Captain Lazar, would you like to make a deal? Looks like you are in some sort of predicament. How about you say we sign a contract real quick and I will allow you use of the sending stone.
Really? Okay, I'm not gonna.
I'm sorry. I do not want to sign your contract. I'm not a contract guy. I'm sorry. I will handle my own.
Very well. So Cicero is going to take the crossbow, and he's going to then walk up to Virion, and he's going to call out to you. I mean, technically, I only need 1 or 2 messengers. And you watch as he extends his arm, a rapier appears in his hand, and he's going to stab down into Virion. Virion, you're going to fail 2 death saving throws.
Cool.
I'm assuming it's my turn again. I'm assuming it's my turn again after he stabs Virion.
Yes.
I'll drop down. Stabilize him and you have a deal.
All right. Very well. He is going to reach down and he's going to cast Spare the Dying on Virion. All right. Well, this kind of played out a lot differently in my brain than I thought it would. Well, come here, Lazar. Let us get this over with. All right. He is then going to walk up to you. Are you a willing creature, Captain Lazar?
I don't know how willing I can make myself, knowing what's going on.
Fair enough, I guess. And he'll reach out and he'll place his thumb on your forehead. Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
12.
12. Okay.
Oh wait, you know what? I think I have advantage to being charmed. Is this a charm?
This is being charmed.
So it would be, I guess it would be a straight roll, and the first one was the lower, so it's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, 12.
As the spell of Modify Memory is cast, you recollect what has happened this past hour. Not much has changed. You make your way down into the obsidian labyrinth. You make it to the puzzles. But when you enter into this room, Richard and Cicero are having an argument. He calls out, "You're mad. I can't believe that you would do something like this. You've betrayed the city of Babylon. We can't just allow the other sky cities to come and destroy us. We have to fight back. You can't side with them." And then you guys arriving, and a brief, intense battle happens where you are able to narrowly defeat Cicero Corinth to the point where you and Richard and the rest are able to escape. During the which, Virian does take the scale and he puts it on his collarbone, and he transforms into a dragon and is able to fight off. And you are able to escape into the night. As Richard is able to corroborate your story and say, "No, Cicero went mad. I'm no longer going to work with him. We fought back." And you have this very distinct memory of Richard being very heroic in this moment. Standing up to Cicero Corinth and saying that he will not betray his family. He's gone on this path for too long and he has to stand up. And that is the memory that is planted in your head. Virian and Min, as this is being cast, it takes 10 minutes. So while you two are unconscious, I will allow this. You may each roll 3 times. If you crit on any one of these, you will awaken and you will have 1 action that you may do. If not, each one of you will also have the modified memory spell placed upon you.
Nope.
Travis?
Does a crit fail count?
Negatory.
No. I finally rolled something above an 11 though.
All right. Virian?
I already said no.
Oh, all right. Min. While you are unconscious, your eye floating above the path, you hear a voice in your head. Well, Min, found yourself in quite a predicament. What do you say we make a deal? Sign a contract. And I will let you... I'll give you a sending spell. 3 words that you'll be able to send to one individual on the continent of Sinis. How about it? Do we have a deal?
Who are you?
I'll be back.
Huh?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am known by many names. Ren. But my first name, my oldest name, people referred to me as Krell.
I hate you so much.
What do you say, Min? Do we have a deal?
Oh, where's the quid pro quo?
It's just the regular standard arrangement with the bag of butler. I get all your possessions if you happen to die.
Oh, I already told you no once. Why are you asking me again? You haven't changed the terms.
Well, what terms seem reasonable to you then?
You save us out of the goodness of your heart, or we don't get you anything because we're dead.
Pity. I don't think you're going to die.
And I don't think you're gonna get my money.
Very well. And you all awaken with this memory. All right. You all are awakened, but you don't have the memory of ever falling asleep. As you all begin to rush down the corridor out of the obsidian labyrinth, you see a door at the very far end. You see the door to the throne room. And in a massive moment, you impact the door, you rush out, and there's this giant commotion as you, Richard, and the rest of you all crowd out into the throne room as people are beginning to disperse for the evening.
Question.
Yes.
Do I have any faint dreams from seeing anything from my arcane eye?
Ooh.
People leaving?
You have the faintest of dreams. And it is more like a dream than a memory of watching that room with the puzzle in it, and you guys never exiting. Even though you have a very distinct memory of you running down the path of the puzzle that Virion had solved.
Okay.
So that was pretty epic of you, Richard. I will say I thought that you were not very cool, to be quite frank, but that I'm impressed with you.
You know, I couldn't let my son down.
But turtles put a lot of weight in their dreams.
Okay.
At least my mama taught me that.
All right. Okay, so with that, mechanically speaking, as we're going forward, you will treat the modify memory spell as your actual memory. Min may have blue. At every single time you take a long rest, I will allow you to roll an Arcana check. If you are able to exceed the DC that I will set, you will wake up with the feeling that there's something in your memories that doesn't make sense. Virion, you know without a shadow of a doubt that the only reason why you would put the scale on your collarbone is if something dire happened. So the fact that you have it and your memory of it doesn't necessarily match up as much. And so every time you take a long rest, I will also allow you to make an Arcana or an Insight check. Captain, every night when you go to bed and you dream, the butler will ask you if you want to make a deal.
Yeah, you gotta deal with them all the time.
If you choose to accept the deal, your modify memory spell will be changed slightly to allow you to start questioning it. Going forward, that is the stipulations with it. Going forward, you need to treat the other players and the other situations as if Richard is a hero and Cicero Corinth is planning to corroborate with the other sky cities to massacre the city of Babylon. And that Richard is saying that we need to arm ourselves and potentially develop some sort of way to defend ourselves from the coming Sky City. All right?
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Sweet. Questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
Sweet. Well, with that, we will go ahead and end tonight's episode.
Oh, I love the smell of a long rest. So sorry, did not see you there. Well, welcome back to the tavern. Seeing how you made it this far, that would mean that you've made it to the end of the episode, so thank you so much for sticking around with us. If you enjoyed anything of all of our shenanigans that you have witnessed today, please feel free to like and subscribe the video. You can find us on different social media platforms, not just here on the YouTubes, but you can find us on TikTok as well at the Arcane World. Big shoutouts to Tavern Tales as a whole for being this wonderful place that provides us a space to play freely and to express ourselves and to help us reach out to you as well. If you'd like to follow any of the other campaigns that take place in Tavern Tales, there are several others for you to enjoy. So please, check them out. Speaking of checking things out, you can find more of us on our website as well. We hope to see you again in the next one and bring some friends next time. Farewell!